Okay, welcome. This time it is a rack gear tutorial. As I've asked if anyone wanted to actually see how you combine preamps instead of mixing preamps, not just stacking them in front of each other. Because as I've said and as people have pointed out, there's not a lot of coverage on it, so I'm gonna cover it. So you're gonna need a few things. You're gonna need two preamps, which most of you rack gear enthusiasts probably already have, and you're gonna need some sort of a signal splitter and a mixer. And I will show you here. I have the Ibanez EPP 400. This is a MIDI programmable splitter. So you can basically, control all the circuits, and you can you can choose what loops are actually engaged and what comes first, and la da da da. So that's really handy. So it can also function as a splitter. So if you have different signal paths, so say you have 3 preamps or 4 preamps, and one of them are clean, you can just click one button, maybe on a MIDI board, and you change the preset to this one, or to the next one, which is maybe only loop 4, which is the clean, and then you have just clean. Okay, so that's that. Your guitar goes into the splitter, which then sends to the inputs. You use the splitter send to the input of a preamp. So in my instance, I have the input in the back on the Digitech and the input in the back on the Art. So those are that's the ones you want to use. You want to use, if you have back inputs, I suggest using them. And then what you want to do is you take the outputs of your preamps, run them back into the splitter, to the channel inputs of the splitters, which are also in the back. I'll try and go back there and show you, but it's a fucking mess. But the point is, you want a splitter or a mixer where you have all the controls. So here, when all the LEDs are off, I have independent channel volume. So that's just this specific Siemens mixer. So I can control how much I want from each preamp, but I just leave them on full and control with the preamp volumes here instead. And then you have, of course, your master output. So it's honestly, for some people, it's probably very self-explanatory, but for me it wasn't. So my good friend Todd Simpson actually helped me figure this out. So kudos to him. Okay, so now I'm just gonna demonstrate that this whole thing works. So I just need to take my power amp from standby, and literally what you need to do. So there's the power plant, and I believe on my mixer there is active EQ, and I haven't done a factory reset, so it's all fucked up. So depending on what mixer you have, make sure that you get it a factory reset, or just don't have any EQ going through, because that kind of messes up with your signal or your sound. But there's the power plant. I've turned that down and then turned the Digitech up. There's the Digitech. But as I said, there's some sort of EQing going on, so it sounds weird. But, I mean... So, now you have there, and then you just turn the volume up on your other preamp. And boom. You literally have a new tone. Like no one else has. Like that. So it's really simple. Actually, and that's a good thing. Yeah, as I've said, there's that whole stupid like the active EQing going on in my mixer, so results may vary, basically. But the whole concept of how you do this is actually quite simple. So I'm not gonna make a long, like, in-depth tutorial, blah 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 blah. This is just a real rudimentary, basic stuff, which, you know, on this old type of gear, many people are. I don't know how many young people like me are interested in this stuff, but I mean, for everyone that's been doing this for 30-40 years already know how to do everything. So, you know, there's no need for any tutorial stuff, but a lot of people maybe don't know. So, yeah. I like the sound of that, like the Digitech. Like the Digitech and the Arch. That sounds awesome. And if I can figure out the... Yeah, if I can figure out the whole EQ thing, that's gonna be even better. So, I mean, yeah, there you have it. Honestly, it's not that hard. You just need the right tools. So I'm gonna just try my best to show you the back here. Okay, so it's a mess, but as you can see here, it's everything. So my guitar goes into my signal splitter, so it splits the guitar signals out from the sends of the loops into the back of the preamps over there, and I can't get back there right now because it's tight. But the outputs come back into the channel switch back there, and I just leave the input gain to like half, so that it doesn't blow your head off. But yeah, it's really that simple, and you just take the outputs from the mixer into the power amp, and then, I mean, you're good to go. So yeah, I mean, that's generally the idea. I don't think there's anything more I can say about it. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to try and answer them. If you have a similar setup with some mixers and splitters and don't know how to get it working, I'll try my best. But I can't guarantee anything. But yeah, that's today's rack tutorial. I hope it works, and I hope you find it useful. I sure do, and this is gonna give me a lot of, you know, different tones than just the preamp tones. As I've said, I'm gonna have to figure out how to turn out that EQ, but I think Todd told me already. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.